Hello everyone, my name is Aaron and welcome to episode 3 of the Roblox Game Dev series. Today we'll be taking a look at variables and everything they have to offer. And without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is open your script. You should have one open from previous lesson. If you haven't seen last lesson, there's a link to the whole entire playlist in the description. So it should be episode 2, the one right before this. And yeah, let's begin. So what's a variable? Well, basically, a variable is a value that can change. So for example, local, and then let's say we have to name this variable my variable, and then we can set it with the equal sign. So my variable is equal to, let's say, 10. Then this variable, my variable, is equal to 10. Ignore what, just add the local in, just ignore whatever it does for now. I'll cover it in the next lesson, but for now just add local, my variable, and all that. If you're wondering what local does, just add it in. I'll go over it in the next lesson. There are a few naming rules to variables, so I'll go over them right now. So for example, you can't use reserved names in Lua, so like if, or, nil. You can't really use those. You also can't start them with numbers, so I can't say 1 as my number. But you can use numbers at the back, so number 1 equal to 10. And then we create another one, number 2. Oh yeah, there can be spaces in between as well, so like number 2 here, you can't do that. So number 2 equal to 20. To make another variable called local total and set it to number 1 plus number 2. Oops. Alright, so this is our total. If we run it, nothing should happen. And that's great, nothing happened. Well, that's because we haven't done anything to that variable. So what you want to do is use the print function that we learned earlier. So print total, and we should get a return output to output. So here you go, 30 from server and the script, line 6. So alright, yeah, that's it. We can also show you each individual. So number 1, and then print number 2. We can see them individually, 10, 20, and the total of that is 30. Alright, now we have to go over the types of variables. So local name is equal to Bob. This is an example of a string variable. So it just contains a sequence of characters. So any words, numbers can also be in strings. So you could say local age equal to 12, and it wouldn't care, but I don't see why you need to put a string as a number. So you can always put 12 like that if you want, but yeah, basically the two double quotes tell Roblox that it's a string. So back to Bob. Alright, so this is a string variable, stores words. Alright, the next one is a float. So local float equal to, so local float is equal to 0.1. So what a float is, it's floating point decimal, so any number that has a decimal in it. So we could put 0.00001 or whatever, or we can just put 0.1 in this case, and this will be our number. So I'm gonna call this decimal, and that's our decimal. The next one is a bool, which is short for Boolean. It's named after this like mathematician guy, but basically a bool is either true or false. Comment true or false. So the numbers at the start here are called integers, which basically means they're either a negative or a positive whole number. Now the difference between integers and floats is that integers are whole numbers and floats are not whole numbers. So that means they have decimals, whereas whole numbers don't. They're just, they're whole. So either 1, 2, 3, not 2.5, not 3.5. So yeah, you get the gist. All right, so we have all those. Now let's print something. So we can print, or rather, let's print message. Let's print a variable called message. So, all right, now it's undefined right now because we haven't made one. So let's create a new variable called message, and then let's say name dot dot has dot dot number 1 dot dot apples and dot dot number 2 dot dot oranges totaling 2 dot dot. Let's make a new variable called total, which is equal to number 1 plus number 2 equal to total, and then dot dot fruits with a space. Now, if you're really confused, you have every right to be, because I haven't explained it, but I will do now. All right, so basically what we've done is create a long string, essentially, and in this string we have joined up all these values. So we have joined up name, this short string here, has number 1, apples, and all of these are combined into one whole string. Now how we did that was by using these 2 dots, which basically concatenates. Yeah, concatenates. It's a really hard word. I don't know why it's so dumb. Yeah, basically it concatenates these values, joins them end to end, and that's why we have to add spaces in the strings here. It's so it looks nice and not just, continues on. So over here would be Bob has instead of Bob has, because there's a space here, and since it joins end to end, without the space the end would be here, but with the space the end would be moved here. So it's useful to make everything readable and stuff. But yeah, basically the double dots joins 2 things together. But by doing so, it has turned all of these number values into strings. But that's fine, because we're not going to be using that. We won't be using these values from here anymore, and they're totally unaffected. So for example, number 1 can still be used as a number in the script. It's just that in this message it has been turned into a string. All right, so when we print the message, we should get this: Bob has 10 apples and 20 oranges, totaling to 30 fruits, which is exactly what we want. Alright, so that's how you make a long message using all the variables you've learned. Now, I can't include the bool there because that's different. It's not really a numerical, or it can be used in a string, but you wouldn't want to display that to anyone really. So you can also see that this is like different color. This is because this is a logical value rather than a numerical one or a character type one. But yeah, it's basically different. All right, so one thing we can do with the numbers is that we can also minus, multiply, and divide them. Now we can use the plus, minus, multiplication, and division. So if I zoom in there, we have the plus, minus, multiply, which is the asterisk there, and here we have slash, which is divide. Now if you're wondering how I got this whole like multi-line comment, so like hello, multi-line comments are basically like this. Follow what I've done here and you should be good to go. Type everything in you want. And yes, so these are the arithmetic operators. There are also other operators you can use. I won't go much into them right now, but there's also modulo, which basically returns the remainder, and you kind of use that for logic and stuff, but it still works with numbers. So like you could say it basically works like division, but it returns a value. So like if we want to say 10 modulo 6, obviously it won't work here, it's errors because this isn't defined to anything, but then it would just put like the remainder of 10 divided by 6, which is 4. And yeah, that's what modulo does. There's also the like indices thing, which works to exponentiate things. But yeah, I won't go too much into these. I put a link in the description if you want to read up on it. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys learned something, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll gladly reply with an explanation or any tips. But yeah, that being said, have a good day. Goodbye.